So, before I answer what is an event-driven architecture, I think let's look at what what we really have seen with the LLMs and the evolution curve that they had so far. A lot of these early adoptions that we've seen with the LLM implementations were around this paradigm of request and response that you just mentioned. Things like chatbot and code generation. I ask a question, the model will respond to me and give me some some output. So I am the one responsible to provide the context of what I am really looking for, the task I want to get done, and then the model will do the task or generate some content and return the response to me. The problem is that the request response paradigm can only go so long. It cannot do a lot of things, and the real world examples are quite different. One of the bigger things that we see enterprises really want today is to get the latest insights of maybe some sort of a sale happening or some sort of log that has been generated by the application. So these are all actual events based on which the application and the model need to take the right decisions. They don't have to take a decision which is after the fact or after hundreds of events have happened. Then we try to add some more context. That is where the event-driven architecture really provides you that ability to use these events in real time and send that fresh set of information as a context to the model, based on which the model can take a judgment, a proper informed decision to take certain actions. And that is where it can be an action through an agent, or it can be some sort of a response through a model, or maybe a chatbot that we look at commonly as a common implementation. So on a higher level, if I want to determine what the high level difference between the traditional request response paradigm and the event driven architecture for an LLM is purely based on the data freshness and getting the latest information rather than relying on static information.
Got it. Got it. So if we have to understand in a very layman language, request and response is more like you have one producer which you will be going and requesting for some information, maybe using the REST API or any other API or any other ways that will be producing then an output that is being consumed by your consumer. In this case, it will be kind of any other use case. More like going into a website and asking a questions to a chatbot, and chatbot is responding to you. That is more of a request and response, right?
Yes.
Whereas when we are having this event-driven architecture, it has a three basics component. One is your event producer, the one which will be actually producing the event. The other will be the event router or a broker, who are the job of the event router or broker is to deliver those event which is being produced by the producer, and then to the consumer. And the event consumer, the one who's actually going to go and consume those event. So in this case, this is more of a decoupled architecture where, okay, that if even in this case, when we have the request and response, if something went wrong here, if let's say if this went down, the producer went down, then I'm not getting any response at all. Like the entire application will be down. In this case, what will happening is it's more of a, this is again, the event-driven architecture is more came from the microservices architecture, where this will be producing an event. This event will be get go and stored by the broker, and that being consumed by the consumer. So even in this case, if something went wrong with the producer, my application is not down. My application, the consumer part is still kind of consuming those messages. Other thing is more around the scalability. It's just not one consumer can go and consume those messages. This can be go and routed to the multiple consumers. So that scalability comes really handy. And other things, kind of characteristics of event-driven architecture, you can go and replay those event. Other is like these events are mutable in nature. So once that event is being get generated, that can be get stored as it is, and then that can be consumed at any point of time. So
Absolutely.
that's there. Now we'll be going and having a more discussions around